Hello, it's Spots on Thursday, Reverend Miller.
And Stuart Holmes.
You might have noticed I actually wasn't playing the organ. Stuart has the ability to record, and it's just a little fun, but it also reminds us on a Sunday morning it takes many different gifts and talents, and you don't want to see me playing the organ, and you may not want to see Stuart preaching. I'm not sure, but as we all come together with those different gifts and talents, that's really the body of Christ coming together. And as we're separated and we can't come together, it makes it only harder. And in fact, the word liturgy we use is from the Greek, and it means work of or work for the people. And it's really about us coming together. It's service, it's worship, it's us all joining with different gifts and talents. And so one of the things we wanted to do, even though you're far away, to bring us connection is not this Sunday, but after that, we're going to start taking hymn requests. And we'll insert those into the service. So if there's a hymn you want to hear sung and played, all you need to do is post on this, on Facebook or YouTube, or on the worship service. Put a hymn name. We actually use what we call the Presbyterian hymnal. But any hymn you want, put that up, and even if you see someone else post a hymn you want, if you post it again, that just means there's more people who want it, and maybe that'll rise to the top. So we want to kind of gather together, even in distance, by having hymn requests, and I just think it'll be a nice element to the service. And do not request for me to play the organ, though, or for Stuart to preach. So let's get to our thoughts. This Sunday, our gospel lesson is John chapter 20, verses 19 through 31. It's a familiar passage about the disciples being in the upper room, locked away, and Jesus coming to them. But for me, as we're in this pandemic, new meaning has kind of jumped from the pages of that lesson. Because many of us are locked away in our homes, afraid to go out, just like the disciples. And then Jesus comes, and it's a very physical story, and it really reveals how powerful touch is. And many of us are feeling the lack of that as we're social distancing. We can't hug friends, we can't see them in person. So I think as we explore this passage, we'll see new meaning in our current reality. Stuart?
Well, this Sunday, I'm planning to play another Bach piece. I wanted to pick something that was uplifting and a little bit lighter than what we've been hearing during the Lenten season. So I was going through my Bach choral preludes and came across "O Hail, the brightest of these brightest of days." And I said, oh, that's perfect, except it's for the Advent Christmas season. But, you know, maybe the text overrules, because the text of that hymn is basically, this is the day that is so joyous for all creatures, and it goes on. So I'm playing that choral prelude. What makes it joyous is the registrations that are recommended and the sound. And you hear, as it goes through, this repeated motif. And the choral and the melody, and you put them together, perfect for a prelude on the Sunday after Easter, I think. And then for the postlude, I've selected a contemporary postlude based on the first hymn that we're going to be singing on Sunday for the service. Praise ye the Lord. And it, like the other piece, has a motif that is carried throughout the piece. And for some reason...
You want me to come over there and play?
Yeah, maybe you should come over.
Switch you out now?
And that is repeated over and over. And then in the pedal. And what he does with that pedal part is something that I'm going to start this hymn with on Sunday morning. And it goes into finishing the hymn. Aside from the few blurps that you heard there, this is a wonderful postlude for that ending of the service that follows Easter.
And so these are our thoughts, and you know, as we look towards continuing this and having several more at-home worship services, I encourage you, if you have a hymn you really would like to hear and that would really touch your soul, please make a comment on YouTube or Facebook, and we'll see if we can get that into worship. Worship is a serious and somber thing, but it's also a playful moment too, as we share grace with each other and as we really connect as one whole body. So these are our thoughts. Thanks for joining us.
I'm putting on my hat and going home. My hat.
Have a great day.